guys, Paul of Emerald Enclosures here, and I am wanting to give you a little bit of an update about my working area that I set up in the basement. So, without further ado, I figured I'd start with the side that I'm more excited about. So, what I did here was I took, well, if anyone remembers the 40-gallon scorpion tank, I moved that, well, it's still in my room because that thing's like 200 pounds, it's never going anywhere. So what I did was I moved it onto another table, and then I took all the plants that I had there and I moved them down here into the basement. I still need to weatherproof a couple of the windows just so that it stays a little bit more humid and warm up here, but it's a start. I mean, the plants don't seem to be suffering at all. So I moved all my aquarium vases, all my water culture orchids, bottle terrariums, some other plants that didn't fit inside some of my new grow areas, and some of my water nurseries for different types of plants. I have in there a Java fern and then a Rotala. I'm not sure about the species. So far they all seem to be doing really well. And basically all these plants are acclimated, but this is a shelf that's for the final products, except these right here. Some of the taller plants that I had. New grow area. I had a bunch of plants in pots lying around, and they died because the humidity down here in the basement is really low. So I figured a good way of setting them up is to start acclimating them to the conditions that they're going to be expecting inside of the actual enclosures, like these that they're going to be kind of moist and humid. I mean, it's not airtight seal, but it's something. This container I got some begonias and this weed I found at work. Here I have some pink splash and petunias. And it's good because they're also inside the same kind of same type of soil when I put them inside the final products, like this one. And then in here, I got some hyaleas and some ferns. I have the lights on that don't need to be on. But this is really good now because I'll have everything in one spot. And underneath them, I have it set up so that I could be acclimating and growing more plants. That's some Selaginella clippings. And here I have two plants that I'm still trying to figure out what they are. Someone thinks that that's a succulent. It was sold to me under the guise of being a tropical plant. I mean, it could be a tropical succulent, but I don't know. And then I just have some moss here. 32-ounce deli containers, and a succulent garden back there that I made. By the way, if anyone's interested in buying any of these things, if you're nearby, I'm willing to sell them. The succulent garden and almost everything on this shelf. So if anything seems interesting to you, just get in contact with me. Right here, I got an experiment going with miniature aquarium necklaces. I'm trying out a couple of different variables and I'm seeing which one works the best. I definitely am going to make a video based on solely that. These are a couple of moss grow containers that are quarantined right now because they have spider mites in them. I don't want to throw them out because, as you can see, there's a lot of good moss here that I don't really want to just waste. Not really the best, but it still has some interesting plants in it that I want to keep. Also quarantined for fear of spider mites. So I'm just keeping them far away from the other moss grow bins that I have not seen any problems with yet. I tried a concoction of hydrogen peroxide, and so far I have not seen them come back. I'm going to give it a month at least and see what happens. Here I just have some moss containers. And these I've had for a couple of months now. I've gotten some really nice growth out of them. I take a little bit every now and then for all my projects. And before this, the lights were further away. But now that the lights are basically right above the containers, I'm kind of eager to see how that's going to affect the growth. Lots of interesting growth in here. I'm not sure what this green growth on the soil is. It does not appear to be moss. It grew way too fast. Whatever it is, it's interesting, and I've been using it inside my smaller projects. Oh, there's that nice patch in the back. There's not too much going on here. And the last one over here is some sphagnum moss. I'm starting to think that this moss needs to be put through a hibernation phase, which might make it not a really good candidate for any of my bottle gardens, because it's not worth it to be putting in plants that are going to suffer and die eventually. But as you can see, I have space for 6 more moss grow bins and 7 more larger plant grow bins. Right now, I still need to farm some of my vermiculite or vermicompost before I can start putting more plants in. I'm going to make one later today once I farm it, so I can make a grow bin like this, so I can, I'm going to also transfer this little weed here, but I want to keep all the weeds together. I'm trying to be more organized, especially with all this extra space I have now. As you can see, this rotala is still curling. I really love to see this. The Java fern hasn't been doing so much. I'm going to look into some of the particulars about their growth cycle and see if there's anything that I can change in here. It's just your garden variety vase filled with compost and water. But as you can see, I'm getting some pretty good results with the rotala. And with the lighting, its new growth is starting to turn bright red. I was researching you could get it more red if you were to dose the container with iron, which is a possibility that I've been thinking about. Everything else here I've gone over at one point or another. Just lots of orchids and whatnot. Well, then there's this 50-gallon tank here. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I was going to use it for plant acclimation, but that's unnecessary, as you can see now. I'm probably just going to make a vivarium of some sort. I'm not really into making giant aquariums, despite what everyone else in the world may be interested in doing. Oh, the bottom here just has a couple of containers holding different things. This one has leaves, or usually has leaves, but the leaves are in the garage right now and I'm kind of snowed in. Down here it's just some fir bark. And here is some granulated gravel. The bottom has pea gravel. What else is there? Oh, this is charcoal on the bottom. And this is clay pebbles. So it's just for storage. I could always move it out and I can make more grow shelves like this. For now though, it works. I don't think I need any more space at this particular second. But this shelving unit was easy enough to set up, and I can always put more along the back once I figure out what to do with the rest of these pillows and blankets. Now there's just some soil that I need to get rid of. It's organic, but it also has limestone in it, which I'm not crazy about. I don't like cheap ways of messing with pH. Over here is just my work table, where I edit my videos and whatnot, or do my bookkeeping. There's my 20-gallon shrimp tank. It's not new, but well, they're baby shrimp. Like, you can't see it that well right now, but that in the center of the screen is a baby shrimp. And there's some more throughout. The lighting's really weird. You can see him walking about. they're all over the glass right now because until all these frog pits grew in, there was light beaming directly on the glass, and algae growth was ready to get ridiculous on it. That's just my sink. Just got a new faucet. I just need to install it, and a project that I'm taking apart right now. There's just some plants I keep near the window over there. Watered them yesterday, so they should be fine. But this part, I completely redid my workspace. Let me just give you a kind of an outward look at this. Now that I was able to clear off the top shelf, I was able to keep all my tools. I'll just go over them quickly because there's a lot. Grommets, corks, and stoppers, then twist ties, various screws, tape, scissors, sandpaper, hammers, drill bits, pipe cutters, timers, Dremel heads, various tools, super glue, power tools, wrenches, screwdrivers, measuring tapes, that's my jigsaw, hot glue gun, extension cords, what are those little 2-prong to 3-prong adapters. There's my acrylic cement, some twist ties and whatnot, and tie wraps filter back there. That really should be with the aquatic section. Power cord, Dremel head, Dremel container, just some tape, Nutra substance for various creatures, isopods, thermometer, a little cut that I still need to find a project to do. There's my Camponatus Chromatius formicarium. It's an Antis Canada brand, and of course there's still tubing and I'm waiting for them to move in, but they're taking their sweet time doing so. And then there's another bottle formicarium right there with the Lasius neo-niger colony. I need to move them into the storm cellar over there where it's going to be cooler along with these guys, but they're taking their time and I haven't been able to move them because of it. I'm going to have to maybe force them in some way. Maybe with some lighting or some heat. A couple of springtail cultures, and the same thing with that one in the back. Fruit fly cultures. And there's all some of my aquarium supplies. I got a lot more upstairs and I need to figure out the placing of everything. Some bottles that I plan on working with soon along with twine. There's a mini vacuum right there, you can see that. An ear vac, if anyone remembers what an ear vac was. Some acrylic formicariums that I'm not using anymore, I just need to clean them up. Just some extra supplies, baby powder, petroleum jelly, hydrogen peroxide, isopropyl, everything you need for a party. Hydrogen peroxide in a spray can. Clay pebbles, Eco Complete, charcoal that I broke down into powder, don't breathe it. Then there's some dirt. I should probably fill these up ahead of time, that way that I have them just in case I need them. And then there's containers with various tools I may use to create any of my bottle gardens. Slitted vases for my aquarium vases. Slitted pots. There are some of my dissection tools. I haven't really used them for dissection, besides when I was back in Bio 101, 123. I'm not sure right now. Sandwich bags, plastic wrap, towels, along with my vices. Under here I have some electronics. In here I just have a supply bag. My binder that I keep my scientific notes in. And this is a box full of various electronics, mostly just chargers that I cut up and use for different projects. And I have a container here full of naturalistic items that I've used to create any of my different types of art, bottles, whatnot, and just some chemicals the most chemically of chemicals. Distilled water, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and ammonia. Ammonia is probably the most chemically of chemicals. Then I have a container here which I'm going to be using to store some vermiculite soon, or vermicompost, once I get around to actually forming the bottom tray. Here I use to store all my raw materials. Back there is some acrylic. It's hard to see, but the acrylic is in front of the egg crate. And then there's just a little stool there. I'm pretty tall, so it's kind of unnecessary for the most part, but I leave it just in case. I guess that's basically it. I mean, I just finished a couple of hours ago, so I'm still doing a lot of moving around, but my new workspace is really starting to come together. Soon I'm going to be filing for my business license, and then Emerald Enclosures is going to be a real LLC, which it stands for Limited Liability Corporation. So it's going to be official soon, and I'm really excited about it. Oh, and plastic wrap back there is for the windows and for the door. I'm not staging a murder, I promise. And then the bag is... oh, yeah, the bag has my new faucet in it. I just need to install it in the sink over there. And up here is still all my jars and various paraphernalia. And that's a shelf. When I move my my other shelving unit down here, that's one of the ones that it's going to connect with. But basically, that's what I wanted to go over in this video. I'm really excited about Emerald Enclosures about to being a real business. I hope you guys keep watching my videos as I put them out. Of course, as I said before, this YouTube channel is supposed to be supplementary to everything else that I do. I mean, it'd be nice if it got more popular, but the intention is for my business to be my main thing, but YouTube can only help, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or anything about anything that I do, you can follow me on my Facebook, my Instagram, Twitter, or just message me directly on here. This has been Paul of Emerald Enclosures. You guys have a great day.